So I will play the next piece. The first piece was called Argentinian Tango. The next one is Gnesinian Number 1 by Eric Satie.
Andrew Romaniuk, a teacher of English from Kyiv. Thank you, Andrew, for giving us a warm welcome with your live performance. Dear friends, I think I can call everyone who joined here friend. Welcome to our Together Invincible online concert and conversation. My name is Serhiy Sidorenko. I'm a teacher from Kyiv and one of the hosts in this event. The concert has the name Together Invincible, and its idea grew out of friendship. Friendship, as it often happens, grew out of a connection, which in its turn grew out of goodwill and desire to help. A year ago, the world we lived in was shattered. But though thrown out of normality, we Ukrainians suddenly realized we are not alone. Millions of people across the globe embraced us and stretched out their hands to give us strength. Among those millions, there were two people present here, Rick and Maxine Lathrops, who reached out to their friends in the United States and people in Ukraine with one question: how can we help? This is how Global Service Corps Ukraine Refugee Support Service Learning Project was born. Many of you have become its participants since. More are welcome as students, facilitators, or just interlocutors in our daily conversational clubs. Today we have gathered a year which has shown that together we are invincible. Together, no matter what, we are strong and winning, because love, friendship, and goodness always win. We wanted to mark this date with music and sharing. Yesterday, Maxine Lathrop, one of the founders of our project, sent me a link to a video about an outstanding American composer of choral music, Morten Lauritsen. And in this video, I found the words I'd like to share with you now. He said, "We turn to art to comfort us and give us strength in life-changing situations. If we want to find joy and meaning in life, in the midst of affliction, we go to music." Let us enjoy the performances and sharings today. Let our feelings and memories speak through melodies and words. And now it's my great pleasure to give the floor to the soul and heart of our project, the person who often prefers to stay in the background, but yet always illuminates our communication with the light of her personality. Please welcome Maxine Lathrop.
Thank you, Sergey. Lovely words. My dear husband, who's presently behind the scenes managing the Zoom technology, recently came upon something from 20th century philosopher and Nobel Prize recipient Albert Camus that made us think about today's gathering. Camus talks about invincibility, and you may have noticed our concert theme is Together Invincible. Camus starts, "My dear, in the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer." Camus concludes and says, "And that makes me happy, for it says no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better pushing back." So that ends Camus, and I just want to acknowledge that something stronger and something better, that invincibility that Camus refers to, is who we each are at our very core. Our lives have been enriched because of this invincible love and friendship that we share across the miles and now together in this gathering.
Thank you, dear Maxine. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the first children's part of our concert will be hosted by Anna Guseva. She is a professor of linguistics from Kharkiv, and she is another key person to our US-Ukrainian project. Kharkiv, by the way, is the second largest city in Ukraine, and it has been shelled by Russians every day of this long year, and yet it stands invincible like its people. Anna, the stage is yours.
Seryoja, thank you very much. Thank you, Maxine. Dear guests, dear audience, and dear friends, a heartfelt welcome to this evening's grand concert, making the year of Ukrainian resistance and resilience against the military aggression. The year that seriously asserted who is your friend, who stands by and who stands for you in hard times. This concert is to give some of the exciting and fascinating perspectives in the meeting between traditional classical music, folkways, and jazz versions. As you can see, the program certainly is varied, combining works of contemporary and old traditional American, Ukrainian, and world composers. In other words, a concert is reflecting some of the essential elements of the present global music arena: eclecticism and fusion, tradition and innovation, the old and the new. And we are to start today's event with the performance of young generation of Ukrainian musicians. The first piece is presented by Mikhaila Ivchenko. Okay, thank you, Misha. That was really wonderful. Let's applaud to our young musician from Kharkiv. And the next piece, we are welcoming to play the next piece, Lev Ivchenko, who is going to play Polonaise Victoria Scarback by Frédéric Chopin. Okay, wonderful. It is a great pleasure to see that young generation of Ukrainians is represented by such talented children. And the next piece goes to Nikita Van, who is going to play Shedrik by Mykola Leontovich.
I'm sorry, Anna. I see that Nikita is ready to play live, so there is no need to switch on the recording. Okay, Nikita will play live.
Wonderful. Yeah. So we will have a live performance now. Let's applaud.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nikita from Ukraine. Today, I'm going to play Shedrik by Leontovich.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, our young friends. And now it's time for children to get some fun and listen to an interesting story and watch a very funny puppet show. And I'm inviting them with the appearance to a special Zoom link that you see in our Zoom chat now. And it's also there in the concert program. We are leaving you, but we're going to come back.
Місто вогні, серце болить, втомлює бій, і ворог не спить. Кулі летять, поки падає сніг, і ворог лежить, мовчить. Ночі без сну нам не холодно, чекаю сім'я на околицях. Разом ми всі переможемо, це наша рідна земля. Хай буде весна, там, де ми стоїмо до кінця, і нас не зламає війна. Наша віра єднає серця, Україна навіки жива. Україна — це наша земля. Україна єднає серця.
We're after that with the bird and some hopefulness. We now have a story from our longtime friend Will Hornyak, who is a professional storyteller. He could not be with us, but he has a recording that we will set on, and it is a story from Persia.
Well, another story that I think you'll enjoy is a very old Persian folk tale. And in the folk tale, they say that once upon a time, there was a flock of wild pigeons. They were flying through the sky. They flew high and they flew low. They flew here and there. They flew everywhere. And finally, one of the wild pigeons said, "I'm hungry. Let's eat." And another one said, "I'm tired. Let's rest." And another said, "There's a tree. Let's land." And they landed at the top of a tall tree. But when they looked down and down through the boughs and the branches of the tree, they saw golden grain, their favorite food, scattered at the bottom of the tree. And one of the wild pigeons said, Isn't that golden grain our favorite food scattered at the base of the tree?" And another said, "Indeed it is. Let's fly down and gobble it up." And just as they were about to fly down and gobble up the grain, there was an old, tattered crow in the next tree. And the old tattered crow said, "Caw, caw, 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 caw." And if you don't speak crow, I'll translate. He said, "Pigeons, be careful. It was a hunter that put the grain there. And if you fly down and gobble it up, his net will fall upon you." Oh, but the wild pigeon said, "Crow, you're a wily and deceptive creature by nature. There's no hunter and there's no net. You just want all the grain for yourself." And with that, the wild pigeons, they flew out of the tree, and down and down and down they went, and they landed upon the grain. And they gobbled it up and swallowed it down, and gobbled it up and swallowed it down, and it tasted so good, they didn't notice. Not far away, hiding in the brush, there was a hunter. And the hunter, he said, "Those foolish birds, they've taken my bait, and I'll be eating pigeon stew tonight." And the hunter, he took his net, and he threw it up into the sky. And up, up, up it went, and out, 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 and down, down, down. And it captured those wild pigeons. And they were flapping and fluttering and fluttering and flapping and trying to get free, but they couldn't. And they flapped and fluttered and fluttered and flapped, but they couldn't get free. And as the hunter came closer and closer and closer to pick up the net, the old tattered crow flew down and said, "Caw, caw, 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 caw." And of course, that means this. He said, "Pigeons, be still. If you want to be free, you must learn to spread your wings together." And this time, the wild pigeons, They listened to the tattered old crow. And all together they lifted up their wings like this and brought them down. And then up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And working together, they lifted the net up and up and up and up and into the sky. And they flew beneath it. And they said, "We're free! We're free!" And the pigeon, they flew off. And the net, it came down and down and down, and it landed on the hunter's head. And the only sound you could hear was the sound of an old tattered crow as he flew off, and he said, "Caw, caw, ha, 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 ha." And that's the old folk tale from Persia about the wise, tattered old crow and the wild pigeons. It has been a pleasure to be with you here today. Thank you for listening, helping me bringing these stories to life. And I look forward to gathering again with you when we can do so live and in person. Thank you so much.
We are now going to shift into some music from our friends Dallas and Susan. They're professional jazz musicians. It's pre-recorded and carries the spirit of Valentine's Day.
We have some songs that we hope you will enjoy today, starting with a classic by the great jazz pianist Bill Evans. Here is his piece, "How My Heart Sings."
On this Valentine's Day.
Thank you, Dallas and Susan, for sharing this inspiring music with us today. Before we go on, I will kindly ask everyone to keep microphones muted so that we avoid interferences with music. It's my pleasure now to welcome a young and talented Ukrainian singer. Her name is Yulia Yaroshenko on our online stage with her song Black and White. The video is pre-recorded, but I hope that Yulia would like to say a couple of words before we enjoy her singing. You're welcome, Yulia.
Thank you, Sergey Ivanovich. Hello, everyone. My name is Yulia. I'm from Chernihiv, Ukraine, and it is such a great pleasure for me today to be a part of this fabulous event. And you know, sometimes when emotions are overwhelming you, the words are superfluous. And the name of my song is Black and White. And actually the song is about love, but in my opinion, it is also the song about life. Not only my life, but the life of all the Ukrainians, which were divided into before and after on the 24th of February, divided into white and black, vice versa, unfortunately. But our belief unites our hearts, and we are unbreakable, and our strength, our unbreakable spirit, and our undoubtedly armed forces of Ukraine will lead us to desirable victory and peaceful life. So enjoy my performance. Thank you.
Що не сплю, з тобою бути хочу, мабуть, тебе люблю. Що сталось, закохалась, про тебе нагадаю все, мені твоє. Ти моє чорне і біле, ти половина і ціле, ти є мій гріх і спокуса, ти зачепив мою душу, ти все, що знаю, не знаю, ти все, що люблю і збираю, ти що змогла й не зуміла, ти усе те, що хотіла. Злюсь на себе, що люблю, і де тебе шукати. Без вітру не зловлю, так сталось, не склалось, про тебе нагадає тепло, яке прийде. Ти моє чорне і біле, ти половина і ціле, ти є мій гріх і спокуса, ти зачепив мою душу, ти все, що знаю, не знаю, все, що гублю і збираю, ти що змогла й не зуміла, ти усе те, що хотіла, і ніхто не знає, про що душа страждає. І ніхто не знає, кому вона
Thank you, Yulia, for being with us today and for sharing this very moving, to me personally, song. Now I'd like to welcome our next presenter, our next performer, Diana Skorokhod. She performs Introduction Polonaise by Carl Bohm, and I hope Diana will also introduce herself. Diana, you're welcome.
Thank you. Personally, I would like to say so many beautiful words to be present at this concert, and I'm sincerely grateful for the opportunity to please you with music, and I hope that music warm the hearts and inspire hope, and enjoy the music. Hello, my name is Diana Skorokhod and I'm Ukrainian. I've been playing the violin for 11 years, and today I would like you to listen to the introduction and Polonaise written by Carl Bohm, and a famous Ukrainian song which is called Цвіте терен.
I'm in the sale. It says Subaru sales parking.
Thank you, Diana. And now I'd like to welcome Bogdan Rumyantsev from Ukrainian National Tchaikovsky Academy of Music, who will introduce the whole school of performance who are going to continue our concert. Bogdan, are you with us?
Yes, thank you very
Yes,
much.
you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah. On behalf of the International Relations Office at the Ukrainian National Tchaikovsky Academy of Music, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. I also would like to specify my deepest gratitude to all of our foreign partners for your diverse and continuous support during that challenging times that Ukraine has faced in the past year. Your support has made a significant contribution that brings our victory closer. And today, we all have a special reason to meet, an online concert. And so our very talented third-year bachelor degree student Anna Habruk will perform the piece Duma by famous Ukrainian composer Igor Shamo. Shamo is a composer of the 20th century, the author of the famous song My Kyiv, which is considered the anthem of the capital. He also composed a whole cycle of symphonic works on Ukrainian themes, which celebrate the beauty and uniqueness of the Ukrainian land. Duma is characteristic of the Ukrainian piano songwriting, reflecting nostalgia for romantic feelings and smooth flow of life. I hope you enjoy all performances and experience the beauty of Ukrainian music. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to welcome two performers. It's going to be a duet, right? As I understand, Maria Babi and Alexei Mnushka, Campaign Solitaire. Beautiful. Now we're going to listen to a piece of music which is very familiar to Ukrainians, and I hope we want to share it with our American friends as well. It's just called Melody by a Ukrainian composer Boris Letashinsky, and it's going to be performed by Vladislav Nikulin. Now, Daria Krivushna, also a student of Ukrainian National Academy of Music, will perform Prelude and Fuga by a Ukrainian composer, Miroslav Skorik. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dmytro Tereshchenko with Carpathian Suite by Volodymyr Zubitsky. He is also a student of Ukrainian National Tchaikovsky Academy of Music.
Hi, my name is Dmytro Tereshchenko. I am a student at the National Music Academy of Ukraine. I'd like to thank you for all the support you provide to the Ukrainian people. We'll never forget the help you provided to us to defend our freedom. I want to introduce to you a piece made by an Ukrainian composer, Volodymyr Zubitsky. It's called Carpathian Suite. I'll demonstrate the last fourth movement. Quick remark, just to clarify. Carpathians are mountains in the west of our country. Volodymyr graduated from the same academy where I'm studying now, only in the 70s. He's an accordionist who also studied composition. You can hear some typical melodies and melismas of Carpathian Ukrainians in this piece, Hutzels to be specific. It's a very colorful culture of the Carpathian region. These melodies are built in a special system of notes typical for Hutzels. There are also some simulations of the common instruments, such as trombita. It's a very long instrument, up to 3 inches. Horn and tulumbas, which is an Ukrainian timpani. I hope you'll enjoy it and perhaps get some inspiration to study our culture. With love from Ukraine. Bye.
Thank you, Dmitro, for this virtuoso performance. And our concert is closed, but just a concert, not the whole event, by a wonderful American composer and musician whose name is Sam Guarnaccia. And I know, Sam, that you're going to introduce yourself and your music, okay? We're very happy to see you here.
I'm extremely happy to be here. Just need to find something here. So thank you to everyone. It was such a beautiful, beautiful experience to hear all this music, to be with you. I cannot help but think and want everyone to hold in their mind the picture of our two presidents walking into the Kyiv open air a few days ago, and think of ourselves as the pigeons under the net. We can all, we need each other. We so need each other. So thank you for letting me be a part of this beautiful experience. You're going to hear just the last little part of the first movement of a three-part piece that I've written for chorus and orchestra. It's new. There is no text. The voices you will hear are the voices of other than human living beings, ecosystems, rivers, mountains, and so forth. So I don't know if Rick has anything to put on while you listen to this, but I would suggest, if you want to, close your eyes, open them occasionally to behold each other, but close your eyes and picture the most beautiful place that you know of, that you are part of that. You are an integral part of that. You cannot live without everything that is around you and everyone that is around you. So thank you.
So we are now going to go into breakout rooms, and we'll each have a chance to talk a little bit more with one another as a family. And what I'd like you to do is think about this sentence or question. What are you taking from this concert? So this is going to be very informal. We're just going to appear in the breakout rooms in a moment here, and whoever feels...
I'm very sorry, Rick, but maybe you will allow me to introduce the voice who is telling us what we're going to do right now. I think it's just that. So first of all, you cut Sam short, and now you're telling us what to do. We don't know who you are. I mean, many of us know, but still, I think you deserve an introduction. And now it's time to reveal the producer of this wonderful event. And not only the producer, but, you know, the inspirer, the visioner, the sound director, and the untiring driving force of the whole concert. And by the way, he's also the founder and the main person in the Ukrainian Refugee Support Service Learning Project. So welcome, Eric Lesser. Eric, maybe you can show yourself to us. And we'd like to greet you with applause.
Thank you, my good friend Sergey. That's very kind. I just want to now let us go into the breakout room so we can speak with one another. We're going to have about 10 minutes, and you'll get a message to come back into this room for just a couple of minutes to say goodbye. Not goodbye, but au revoir, which means see you later. So, and we hope to see you all in person someday. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the breakout room, and you'll come back here for the last few words. For those that want to stay longer to have more conversation, we will continue after the final words for whatever conversation we might like to have. So let's see if
I think they call that an after party in the United States. So feel free to stay on.
Okay, here we go. And I think you're just automatically going to go there and come back in about just at the half hour.
Well, yeah, I always have had great respect for Ukrainians and the arts and daily life and beauty of the country. But this concert, I would like to say, this concert for me was an expression of the bond, human bond of all people. And there were so many different types of music. All of them were expressing something we all feel.
I seem to remember hearing something about rooted in relationship, and
it's I don't know if you can hear me, but so special to hear the musicians, and for all of us who are enjoying the musicians, I think with one heart we hear and appreciate and love the music of all kinds in a very common way. It's a common bond, the common language of music. Thank you for putting this together, Rick. It was great.
Thank you, Sheila, and thank you all, first of all, for coming, but I specifically want to thank my brother, Sergey. He says I'm more like his father, but please, we're brothers. And I want to thank also Anna, Maxine, all of you who have presented. This was so inspiring. And I would also like to just say that when we started this program, we thought we were going to be trying to give aid and assistance to traumatized Ukrainians, which we did, but we've changed our name of this program to Together with Resilient Ukrainians. And now we are changing it to Being Together Invincible. And we are together. We want you to know in Ukraine, as one of the participants, I think he's here, Chris likes to say at the meetings, drop-in cafe meetings that he goes to, there's not one moment that someone in the United States, probably thousands, maybe millions of them, US citizens, aren't thinking about you. We're thinking about you all the time. So we are together as a human family. Thank you very much for what you are doing for Maxine and me. We have found over the years doing service learning programs, we learn more and we get more than we share. And you have given us and inspired Americans, US citizens and Americans and others all over the world with your resilience and letting us know that we're all part of the same human family. So thank you very much, everybody, for what you all are doing, both in Ukraine and in the United States and around the world. So this will be the formal end of our concert for those of you, concert and conversation. For those of you who have to leave, thank you. Blessings to you. Those of you that want to stay a little longer, will just stay on this screen, and maybe some of you who haven't had a chance to talk can share. So au revoir for all of you, particularly Ukrainians who have to leave. I'm learning Ukrainians. I'm just going to say the one Ukrainian word I know, Budmo.
And my My second Ukrainian word that I know is na dobranich. That means good evening for those who may need to shift.
На добраніч.
На добра.
Добраніч.
До побачення.
До побачення. See you.
До побачення.